Yo, welcome back to the Talk and Play Blurredcast. I'm your host, Brian Saff. Thank you for tuning in once again. Appreciate you for being here. So, if you read the title, we're talking about, some 2022 stuff. If you didn't listen to my review for the final episode ever of Insecure, then I'm going to take this time right now to just wish you a happy new year. You made it. Glad you're here. Glad you're tuning in to me, listening to me blurt out about a bunch of shit. Like, thank you. Appreciate you for being here. Means a lot. I haven't really been saying this, and I just kind of realized that as I was preparing for this episode. If you like the podcast, don't be afraid to drop me a few ratings. You know what I'm saying? Wherever, Spotify or Apple Music or iHeartRadio or I don't know, Pocket Cast, wherever you listen to this podcast, if there's a rating system attached, don't be afraid to drop me some ratings just so I can gauge, how people are feeling about the content. That would be dope. But outside of that, like I said, I was preparing for this episode and I realized I could just do the episode with what I have prepared. It's literally just me writing down and going over things that I am looking forward to in 2022. And since all of this revolves around things that I plan on discussing on the podcast as 2022 continues to move forward, I figured why not just let everybody know what's on my mind, what's on my itinerary, what I'm looking forward to the most for 2022. So I'm going to play my intro music or theme music as I tend to do. And then we're going to jump into a few things that I am excited for 2022, most of which that I'm going to cover on the podcast. And hopefully it shouldn't take up too much of your time. Let's go. So 2022, I realized as I was writing out the episode, like I said, there's not very much that is like coming our way that I am like super interested in, but there are a few things. I know COVID, is still out here kicking ass. The Omicron variant is touching and bumping all around the goddamn world, causing panic and scaring people into believing that we're probably going to go into another lockdown, even though, our fearless leaders over there at the House of White have reassured us that we don't have the bread for that, so it's not going down. We're going to be open, and y'all are going to have to do what y'all got to do to protect yourself from Omicron and this icebox of variants that are stemming from the original COVID-19 virus. But outside of all of that, because that is not what I do on this podcast, I don't talk politics because it's bullshit. Why would I do that? Yeah, TV. Let's just start there. Let's start with some things that I'm interested with for TV, right? So first I had written down Euphoria. The first episode of season 2 has already aired. It came out on January 9th. That is a Sunday. I've already watched it. The story picks right back up where we left off with Rue and Jules. If you remember what happened on the season finale for season 1, Jules and Rue were planning to run away, and Jules kind of ran away from Rue instead, leaving Rue to come back home and relapse over the fact that, her girlfriend or this girl that she was crushing on for, so hard and had built this amazing friendship with, had decided she wanted space and decided to leave her in the time where they're supposed to be leaving together. But, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, Euphoria is a show on HBO that centers around this group of high school kids. It is not a reality show. This is all scripted drama, I believe is the category that it sits in. It's very, very good. It is the show that helped or that allowed for Zendaya to win her very first Emmy Award. So yes, if you're wondering, this is the show that not only got Zendaya nominated for Emmy, but she won for it as outstanding lead actress in 2020, I believe. Yeah. So dope show. I really like the premise of it. It's happening in this today's day and age where social media is big and stuff like that. So we're seeing pretty much this generation of high school kids happening now. It's giving us kind of an insight of what they're going into or whatever, but from a more dramatic standpoint, because obviously storylines and stuff like that. It's a really good show. First episode of season 2 kind of centered around her drug dealer friend. Can't think of his name right now, but we got some backstory on him and how he came to be. Really dope. I'm excited to see where the story goes. Rue and Jules ended up finally having a conversation about that whole train station incident where she left her, and I'm really excited to see where it goes. We had some shit going down with some of the characters' fucking exes and her best friends and shit like that. Like, it's a lot going on. There's a lot going on with these group of high school kids, but the show is entertaining nonetheless. The music is good. Drake is an executive producer of the show. Yes, I said Drake, biggest rapper in the game right now. And, we got Zendaya acting her ass off, doing an amazing job in her role. So, dope show. Very excited to see season 2 play out and see where we could possibly be going for season 3. That is Euphoria on HBO. Also HBO Max, if you have it. Fire. Next, I have written down Power Universe. Like, if you know anything about Power and Stars and 50 Cent, then Power has expanded from just a one television show with 6 seasons to multiple television shows with multiple seasons. Right now, we are on book 2, season 2. I don't think they've come back from their, mid-season break or whatever. Possibly, because Sunday just passed and I was only watching Euphoria. But if they have, then I can't wait to watch the episode to see how Tariq is going to get out of jail. If they haven't, then that's what we have to look forward to. Because if you remember, at the end of the mid-season finale that happened like a week or 2 before Christmas, Tariq got his ass put in jail. That shit caught up with him. And he had to sit down and do some time. So can't wait to pick that story back up. And then book 3 also should be returning for a season 2 pretty soon. Book 4 should also be getting its initial season, its very first season. Book 3, just for y'all who don't know, I started reviewing it on the podcast early on when I first started doing this, but decided to leave that alone for my own reasons. But it's still a dope show. That is the prequel to book 1, the initial Power series that got us all hooked in. Book 2 is the sequel. Book 4 is gonna be about Tommy, because if you remember what happened at the end of book 1, Tommy had to go on the run after Tariq shot Ghost. Spoiler alert for those of you who haven't seen it but plan on watching it. I ain't gonna tell you no more other than that. But yeah, so now we're gonna catch up with Tommy and see what he's been doing in LA in book 4. And they have a book 5 planned as well that is going to be about Councilman Tate and his rise to power within the Democratic Party and all that shit like that. He might go Republican the way he be acting. We just never know. We're gonna see how that shakes out, because he is an active character in book 2, season 2. So, they kind of gearing us up for his book and how he's gonna, navigate that whole timeline and storyline of Power events. So really looking forward to the Power universe. I'm glad that we have like our little own nigga version of the Spider-Verse. like what 50 Cent and, people over at Power and Stars and Courtney Kemp have built with this entire cast and vision for this Power universe has been dope. It's been very, very interesting and entertaining to watch. We did get some news, towards the end of 2021 that Courtney Kemp is going to be leaving the whole Power universe as, a lead producer and showrunner and writer and all that stuff on the program. Don't know how that's going to alter things. Hopefully not in a bad way, because this is a very creative Black woman and she she has done a lot to really build out this universe. But, I'm still excited to see the storylines progress and see what happens to these characters. So for 2022, I'm also excited to see how the Power universe plays out on Stars, just in case you under a rock. Also, Atlanta is finally returning. We're getting season 4 of Atlanta. For those of you who don't know, that is Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino's scripted dramedy on the FX network. That's FX, because I sound like I said effects. On the FX network. Dope show. I liken it to Entourage on HBO, the show that, damn near saved HBO's entire television side. Not really, but it was a big part in keeping that shit alive before we got like Game of Thrones and stuff. But yeah, I liken Atlanta to HBO's Entourage, because it's kind of that. Like, you have Paperboy, who is played by Brian Tyree Henry, and you have Donald Glover, who is his cousin, who is also trying to act as, his manager and agent. And then we have Lakeith Stanfield playing the best friend, who is kind of, the creative in there for like moral support and to help them do illegal shit and other shit. It's a dope show. It's about them navigating their way through the Atlanta scene, the entertainment scene, and trying to get Paperboy to blow up. He's already had a hit single. He's getting booked for shows. People know who he is now. But we left off in season 3. I actually don't remember where we left off with season 3. I think season 3 was that season where it kind of got like sci-fi Halloween-y kind of. I don't remember, but definitely gonna rewatch it before season 4 drops, because I need to make sure I'm fully aware of what's going on for season 4. I do know that Ernest, who is Donald Glover's character, and his baby mama / on again off again girlfriend, who is played by Zazie Beetz, they are still trying to figure out if they're going to be in a relationship and raise their child together, or they're going to do the co-parenting thing and just be cool with each other. All of that. Ernest is homeless at one point. He was sleeping in a storage unit. So a lot's going on with the story. I'm really, really interested to see what season 4 will bring and how it will transition us to season 5 if season 4 doesn't turn out to be the last season, because I know Donald Glover is a busy human being. He has his brother helping him write the show, so maybe if Donald Glover does need to depart for whatever reason, we can still get the show to continue via his brother's writing, and Donald could still be an active producer or something in the show, but from a distance, because outside of being the lead character in the show, he had to take some time away, and that got in a way of us getting a season 4. But it wasn't for bullshit reasons. He went back to his Childish Gambino shit and started releasing more music again, which was dope because I love his music. And then he got a huge role with, Disney and Star Wars, doing that. Well, it was a Solo Hans movie and shit like that. Like, he was busy. But, now it's time for season 4. COVID also got in the way. That delayed things a lot. But apparently season 4 is confirmed for 2022. And I'm excited. That's Atlanta on FX. If you're interested, FX does put all of their content on Hulu to stream, because obviously they don't have their own streaming service, and Fox is owned by Disney now, who also owns Hulu. So, only makes sense to just keep everything under the same umbrella. So if you need to catch up, check out Hulu. They usually post the episodes after it dropped, because I never watched Atlanta live on television. It was always I'm watching it on demand, on streaming, on Hulu after the episode goes off or whenever they decide to post it. So that is also what I'm excited for in 2021, Atlanta season 4. Speaking of Hulu, though, since we're already here, definitely got to mention Abbott Elementary. Abbott Elementary is a mockumentary style show. People have been likening it to The Office, and I definitely see the comparisons, with the shooting style and the type of show that it is. But unlike The Office, Abbott Elementary features a predominantly black cast. The show is created by Quinta Brunson, black woman who also stars in the show. She has an incredible resume. Things like Big Mouth from Netflix are a part of that. She got some very, very noticeable things in her resume if you just want to check out her and see what she's all about. But the show is dope. It centers around these teachers who are trying to make do with what they have at a school in Philadelphia that is severely underfunded because black neighborhood, black city. So it just, kind of follows them around and talks about their trials and tribulations and funny moments, trying to fight the school board and trying to get, funding for their kids. And then the kids are hilarious as well. They definitely get speaking time. They get screen time. They get their moments to just be toddlers and do and say all the crazy shit that toddlers do and say, all the funny stuff. Tyler James Williams, who you guys may remember most from his role as Chris on Everybody Hates Chris, is also a lead character on the show. Playing a substitute teacher at this point in time, but I believe he's going to transition to being a full-time. Just looking at the way how the show is going. It's only 3 episodes deep. We're on the first season. I haven't even seen episode 2 and 3 yet, but they are available on Hulu to watch, and I plan on watching them probably shortly after I finish wrapping this podcast. But definitely check it out. Funny shit. The first episode was hilarious. It definitely made me come back and tune in and make sure I'm invested in what's going on with Abbott Elementary, because I like supporting black. And then on top of that, it's funny and greatly written content. And we have the legendary Sheryl Lee Ralph also as a lead actress on the show. You know what I'm saying? You done seen her before. Funny as fuck. You might know her most from her role as Dee Mitchell on Moesha, which was Moesha's mom. Yeah. Got some legends on here now. Like, it's a good show. Check it out. I'm excited for Abbott Elementary and whatever it brings me in 2022. Probably going to be plenty of laughs. And then speaking of, shows from the 90s, we are getting a somewhat of a reboot of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, just simply entitled Bel-Air. It's going to be more of a dramedy versus just a straight up comedy like Will, had it back in the day. The trailer for it just dropped recently. If you remember, a fan made a trailer for this very specific type of Bel-Air show, the one that we're about to get. And Will saw it and he was like, you know what? I got money. He has his own production company. Shout out to Westwood. He has money and connections, and he can make it a reality if that kid really does have what he needs to make it a thing. He got in contact with the kid. Kid was like, I do have what it takes. I need a few more resources, but I can spin this into an actual series. They worked it out. Will found a home for it. It is going to be debuting on Peacock as a Peacock original. For those of you who don't know, Peacock is the streaming service that Universal owns. That is their streaming service. So Disney has Disney Plus, HBO has HBO Max, Stars has your shit, BET has BET Plus, Universal has Peacock. and that is where Bel-Air is going to be. I'm excited to see it. I'm a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air fan. I don't know if I've seen every episode, but I'm pretty sure I have. Like, it's a dope series. I fuck with Will Smith heavy. Like, really like his evolution and where he is as just a human being. And I'm looking forward to getting a reimagining of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but through a new, fresh, young lens and idea. And the cast is great. Coco Jones, who I love, is also a part of the series, and some other noticeable up and coming entertainers that you might be familiar with. But I am excited for Bel-Air, and when that airs in 2022, I'm going to decide then, after watching the first episode, if I'm going to do like a review like I did for Insecure. Probably, but don't hold me on that. We'll see. That's Bel-Air 2022 Peacock streaming service. And then I mentioned Disney Plus. So last but not least, Moon Knight. I'm excited for Moon Knight. Moon Knight is not one of the most well-known or marquee Marvel characters, but he does have an interesting story. He kind of gives me like a cross between Batman and Daredevil, which it works because it's not Batman and it's not Daredevil, but like, I definitely see a mashup of those two characters and then their own little special twist added on to Moon Knight just as a character to make him like unique. And I feel like that's dope. He's one character, Superman's powered by the sun. This man get his powers from the moon through some magic and stuff like that. I'm not 100% versed on the character. I know what I know about him, and that makes me excited for the Disney Plus series brought to us by Marvel. Can't wait for that to kick off. Can't wait to see how that is incorporated into the MCU, or if they use that to like kind of build up their own or a universe or quote unquote multiverse outside of the MCU, because Moon Knight has some ties to some other characters that also do not have like direct ties to the Avengers and stuff. So they could definitely use Moon Knight to build out something like what they did with Jessica Jones and Daredevil and Luke Cage and Iron Fist back on Netflix before Disney came in and offered all this money to Marvel to be up under their umbrella. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how Moon Knight plays out and where that goes, especially after seeing No Way Home and Daredevil appear in that. More on that later though, because I still have to do my No Way Home review. I just haven't done it yet because one, I was trying to give y'all niggas some time to go to the theater and watch it, without me spoiling it for you. And then on top of that, I want to watch the movie again, which I recently just have. I just went back to the theaters recently to see No Way Home again, so that I could make sure I'm delivering a review that I'm proud of, and that, the fanboys and the gatekeepers of these fictional comic book characters won't like try to rip me apart about. So look out for that. And then, Moon Knight sometime in 2022, Marvel, Disney Plus. I'm excited for it. Moving away from TV and series though, we got some movies that I'm interested in as well. Morbius being one. The trailer for that just came out, I want to say a week or two ago. It looks fire. I know Morbius to be a Spider-Man villain based on the clues and things that they've given us in the trailer. He is going to be a part of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man storyline. So the Amazing Spider-Man, or Spider-Man 3 or the third Spider-Man, whatever the fuck. He was Spider-Man number 3 or Peter Parker number 3 in No Way Home. More on that, like I said, when I do my review. But I'm looking forward to it. Tyrese is going to be in the movie as well, asking people what more do they want from him. So I'm excited about that. And then they kind of posed the trailer and the movie, because it's the trailer for the movie, to be like an anti-hero kind of situation. It's like, oh, this character is blurring the lines between villain and anti-hero, whatever the case might be. And that makes sense. I know a little bit about Morbius from the Spider-Man like comic books and TV shows or whatever. He's another doctor that did something crazy to himself that he's trying to live and cope with now that he realizes he can't reverse it without killing himself. So, yeah, I can definitely see anti-hero vibes and stuff like that. I'm just excited because the movie looks really, really good. Ever since Sony and Marvel have gotten on good terms via Disney coming in and playing, arbitrator, they've been coming out with some really, really good movies together, like co-producing some really, really dope shit. I think Morbius is going to be good as well. And I think it's going to lead us into our third Amazing Spider-Man movie, again starring Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. That's Sony's Spider-Man. Marvel Spider-Man is Tom Holland. Sony's Spider-Man is Andrew Garfield. And I guess Tobey Maguire, but he's done with Spider-Man now, like completely. He might come back again, because fans will do anything. We will make some shit happen with these movie companies. But as for now, Tobey Maguire is done, so we focusing on Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield. This character is going to be a part of Andrew Garfield's run as the Amazing Spider-Man. So I'm just looking forward to see it and how that all ties out and plays out. I really like that Marvel has this whole MCU thing with Disney, but then they're also partnered with Sony to build like its own little Spider-Verse over there. And I'm really, really interested in seeing how those things turn out, especially after Venom and Venom 2 did so well. I still need to go back and watch those movies, but I do know that they were pretty much well received as far as the fans were concerned and movie critics. So I'm going to watch those before Morbius comes out, just so I can catch everything, all the references and stuff that are going to be in Morbius. But other than that, I'm really, really looking forward to just seeing the Morbius film in 2022. Since we're on Sony and Marvel, though, gotta talk about Spider-Verse 2. A little trailer for that came out as well a few weeks ago. Spider-Gwen, or Ghost Spider as she's also called, is back. Miles Morales is back. It looks like we're gonna get some cameos from Spider-Man 2099, which is one of my favorite Spider-Mans because futuristic as fuck. I like all that shit. Like, I'm excited to see where the Spider-Verse goes, now that they're getting a second movie that's pretty much possibly going to lead into a third movie. Spider-Man, they really, really, really give Spider-Man trilogies at the bare minimum. Like, we're getting 3 Spider-Man movies and then everything else is optional. Like, that's what it's been looking like. If you think about it, Tobey Maguire got his 3. Andrew Garfield, he's the only Spider-Man that still has 2 movies. I guess Tom Holland does as well because his other appearances have been in Avengers stuff. So we'll see, but we know he's gonna get a third movie based on the way No Way Home ended with the cutscene and shit. Like I said, review coming. Hold off on me for that. But yeah, looking forward to Spider-Verse 2. Looking forward to seeing Miles again. They made mention of him in No Way Home, like kind of subtly, which made me happy. But I'm just looking forward to the movie in general because up until No Way Home came out, Spider-Verse was my favorite Spider-Man movie out of all the Spider-Man movies. Like, I like the live action Spider-Man stuff or whatever, but live action, real people, they can't do even half the things that cartoons and animation and drawing can do. And I feel like with stuff like this, like, these Spider-Man movies and these superhero movies, Marvel tends to do best when they could just draw the shit out and make everything look the way they want it to look. But definitely interested in Spider-Verse 2. Will it take the throne as my favorite Spider-Man movie over No Way Home once it comes out? We'll see. But just looking forward to it in 2022. We're going to stick with Marvel for a second. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I'm also looking forward to seeing that. Going back to No Way Home again, Doctor Strange had a pretty big role in that movie. We're going to see a little continuation from his storyline and plot points in No Way Home, as well as a continuation of the plot line from WandaVision, because Wanda will be reprising her role as the Scarlet Witch in this movie. And then we're also going to get more of the plot line and storyline from fucking What If, because if you watched What If all the way through, you know Doctor Strange had a huge role in that series as well. So we're going to see that in the Multiverse of Madness, as well as just an overall continuation of Doctor Strange's time in the MCU. Like, Doctor Strange had his own movies and stuff. Like, this is going to be another Doctor Strange movie. So I'm definitely excited to see it. It's the next movie within the MCU that is going to be pushing this phase of the MCU forward. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see Wanda back, or Scarlet Witch as I like to refer to her. I'm excited to see all that, how this shit play out. I believe we might get some more of Photon or Monica Rambeau, who we saw in WandaVision, in this as well. But if not, you know, don't quote me on that. So if not, then we'll definitely see her again in the Marvels, which that's something else we'll talk about, because that's not scheduled for 2022, but still excited to see it. Since we are in Marvel territory, might as well go ahead and mention Black Panther 2 that is scheduled to come out November of 2022. I'm really looking forward to it. Not as much as some of these other movies that I've named, and I got two more that I'm gonna kind of get into, but that is mostly because I don't like the discourse happening between the fans online. Like, as we know, R.I.P. to Chadwick Boseman, he passed away. There's been a lot of, you know, I guess, controversy and just back and forth about recasting and or having Shuri pick up the mantle as Black Panther, since she actually does canonically in the comics. Like, she becomes Black Panther at points in time where T'Challa is away from Wakanda and cannot be there to protect it. So I don't like the discourse happening between the fans and all the fanboys and the gatekeepers and stuff. A lot of people want them to just recast T'Challa and continue the Black Panther story, and a lot of people don't want to see Shuri pick up the mantle just yet. I'm in the middle, honestly. As far as the argument is concerned of like, oh, black boys and black men around the world need this representation, we have Sam Wilson as Captain America now. We have Don Cheadle as War Machine. Like, we got plenty of black superheroes that are not plenty, because we need more, but we have a couple black superheroes that we can look to for that stuff. This particular moment is delicate because we lost Chadwick. Like, so I understand why Disney and Marvel is not trying to just say, oh, well, this nigga died, let's just throw another nigga in his place and continue to make money off of this, of the shit that he built. Like, I can understand why they're trying to take their time with this. And then on the flip side, Shuri picking up the mantle and showing us what that's going to look like, because that's what happens in the comic books. Like, whenever Black Panther is away from Wakanda, whether it's Avengers business, whether it's Wakandan business, and he's, you know, in another part of the world looking at that, Shuri picks up the mantle and becomes Black Panther to protect Wakanda should something happen to it while he is gone. That's what happens. So they could definitely tell that story in two, while they're trying to figure out how to recast T'Challa so that we can get another black man playing the role of Black Panther. But all this shit right now, where they don't need to do that right now, and oh, I'm not going to support the movie if they make Black Panther a woman and shit, like, that's dumb to me. We have to support the movie because, one, you want to know what's going to happen with the storyline. It's not like they're going to give this movie a completely separate storyline that don't have nothing to do with what's going to continue to happen. They building a whole Disney Plus show around Wakanda. So you want to see Black Panther 2 to understand what's going to happen in that show, and also what's going to happen in Black Panther 3 when that comes out. Why would you skip it just because, oh, you don't want to see a woman as Black Panther? Your little daughters and your wives and sisters and, you know, women, cousins and stuff, they need to see that representation too. It can't just be well, y'all got the Dora Milaje, so what y'all tripping about? Like, nah, like, let them get a superhero. Like, if you've noticed, Marvel has not done really well, especially in the MCU, with giving black women and black girls a superhero to look up to. They've given us plenty of side characters with Shuri and Adora Milaje and Lupita Nyong'o's character in the Black Panther universe or whatever. But we do not have a black woman that is starring in a movie as a superhero for your daughters and nieces and cousins and wives and girlfriends to see and be proud of. We kind of need it. I don't know if they need to necessarily take the opportunity to do it now, but if they did, I ain't tripping about that. So the discourse happening between all of that shit with the Black Panther movie, and then outside of that, you know, Letitia not wanting to get vaccinated and then getting injured on set, so it's pushing things back, rewriting to the script because the fans are really getting to Marvel and making them nervous about this movie. Like, I don't know. I'm still excited for it because I'm going to go support Black Panther regardless. And I love the character still. And I know Disney is going to do us right. I know Marvel is going to do us right. But I don't know. The discourse and the back and forth that I be seeing happening on social media, it is off-putting. I have to just be honest about that. But I trust Marvel. I trust Disney. They ain't really let me down thus far. You know what I'm saying? A few notes and comments that I have for some of their stuff, you know what I'm saying, outside of Black Panthers that's been happening, like with Hawkeye and shit like that. I think I still have to do my review for Hawkeye as well. But otherwise, like, even that, like, everything that they've been doing, especially since, you know, signing up under Disney or whatever, has been fire. So I'm just going to trust Marvel. I'm going to trust Ryan Coogler. He's still a part of the project, which is dope. I'm going to just trust them. It's been revealed that Michael B. Jordan is going to have a role in this new Black Panther movie as well somehow. Like, I'm just excited to see how all that shit plays out. I'm going to trust Marvel. I'm going to trust Ryan. I'm going to trust Disney to not fuck this up. And if they do decide to go the Shuri route and give us a female Black Panther for this one specific movie, I'm more than fine with that because I feel like that'd be dope. But still looking forward to it, November 2022. Moving away from the MCU though and Marvel and all that, we got another universe or world that's been built out via the Wizarding World. Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, which is the third movie in the Fantastic Beasts franchise. It's supposed to be coming out in 2022. I'm really excited for it. I'm a Harry Potter fan. Shout out to all the Slytherin out there. I am Slytherin house, Slytherin gang. How do I know that? I took the official Sorting Hat quiz on the official Wizarding World website. You know what I'm saying? Licensed and branded by Warner Brother and JK, all that. Like, I'm official as a Slytherin. They told me this is what the fuck you are. I am. You can't retake the quiz once you sign up, get your email in the system and everything. Like, I'm Slytherin house, and fuck Draco and his bitch ass daddy. They make us look bad. Fuck Voldemort. This bitch nigga make us look bad. Slytherin are great people like myself. And we good, bro. We good at this shit, at this wizarding shit. Stop fucking with us, bro. But I'm excited for the third Fantastic Beasts movie. It is, like I said, subtitled The Secrets of Dumbledore. So that means we're going to be going back. We're going to be going back to Hogwarts to try to uncover some of the shit that Dumbledore been hiding all this time within the Wizarding World. All these Harry Potter books, we never really quite understood the little secrets that Dumbledore has been keeping to protect the Wizarding World and all the shit that the Founding Fathers had to do to create Hogwarts and shit like that. We about to get it. So I'm excited for that. That comes out sometime in 2022. The trailer is already out, wherever you watch movie trailers. Fire, it looks great. I'm going to rewatch the first two movies just so I'm not, lost when I go see it in theaters. But definitely excited for it. Also, a gamer movie, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I'm excited to see that. Idris is going to be voicing Knuckles, and the trailer for it looks fire. I know I did see the first Sonic one, but it was more of like, it was on while I was at somebody's house and, distractions and things. So I'm definitely going to have to rewatch the first one just to make sure I'm prepared for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. But I'm excited. I like gamer movies. I like when they take games and make them into movies and TV shows and stuff like that. This one should be pretty good because from what I remember of the first one, it was pretty good. So that is also what I'm excited to see in 2022. And you never know, I might do a review on some of these things that I mentioned. Definitely probably going to get one for Black Panther 2 just because, black. Blurred over here, you know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely interested in all of those movies. Don't want to take up too much of y'all time though, so let's go ahead and shift over to the games. I think that was all the movies I had written down anyway. Hogwarts Legacy. We're gonna take a trip back to the Wizarding World. Hogwarts Legacy is supposed to be this MMO RPG style game. Think Destiny, but instead of space aliens and fucking whatever the fuck the Destiny main character actually is, whatever race of humanoid or whatever that is, think Destiny style game, but Hogwarts, wizards, witches, Wizarding World. Like, you're gonna be able to learn spells to make your created character stronger and go on missions with other wizards and witches around the world who allow for cross play and party play and all that shit. Like, it's looking like it's gonna be dope. They already delayed it because it was supposed to come out in 2021, but they delayed it obviously because of COVID. They want to make sure this game is solid, and when it comes out, there's not like too many issues like Cyberpunk 2077. They ain't want that to plague them. So they told us definitely coming in 2022. The trailer looks fire. I'm excited to create my wizard and put this nigga in Hogwarts, make him a strong ass Slytherin, go out into the Wizarding World and either wreak havoc or save it, depending on how the game allows you to play. Like, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for another game where I can create the kind of character I want to create, build it out the way I want to build it, and go. I tend to fuck with games like that. Like, I gave Outriders that chance because of that mechanic. Same thing with Destiny. I gave Destiny that chance because of that mechanic. I just recently got into Borderlands for the same reason, that kind of build your own character, survive as best you can with what you've created type of mechanic. I like that shit. So you talking about the Wizarding World and witches and wizards and Harry Potter shit. This game is supposed to predate the Harry Potter series as a whole. It's going to take place in the 1800s. So we won't even hear anything about Harry Potter. I don't even know if Voldemort is going to be involved, but I'm excited for this game because fire. Yes, JK, she going through her shit right now. She done said a lot of shit that I don't agree with. Some questionable things have happened with her, but I cannot distance myself from my childhood and this fucking legendary series that is the Wizarding World. So I'm still a fan. I got to give it a chance. Also on my list of games that I'm looking forward to in 2022, Forspoken. If you have not seen the trailer for that, go check it out. It is a PlayStation 5 exclusive at this point. They might change that once sales get going and stuff and they want to make more money because it's an RPG. So they ain't got too much microtransactions and things that they could do to like continue to make money off this game once it's out into the world. But it looks really dope. Dealing with magic once again. This black girl is the lead character. That's who you will be playing as, or who I will be playing as. I don't know if y'all own PlayStations or not, but that's who I will be playing as. She gets transported to this world and she realizes she got these magical powers and that she has to run around this world, doing shit with her powers to, I don't know, save it. It doesn't really give you much on the storyline, but I'm really, really excited for it. It looks good as fuck. The animations look great. The graphics look great. Like, I like that the lead character is a black girl. Like, I'm expecting it to be dope. That is Forspoken, coming sometime in 2022 for PlayStation 5. I am cautiously optimistic about Pokemon Arceus. It's supposed to be another open world RPG MMO, kind of like Hogwarts Legacy, but not, more along the veins of like Monster Hunter, if you've ever played that gaming series or whatever. But with Pokemon, I don't know how I feel about it. This is the first time they're introducing a Pokemon game of this play style. Hopefully, it turns out to be a dope game. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna play it. If I don't fuck with it, I'm gonna let y'all know. But yeah, Pokemon Arceus coming for Nintendo Switch in a few weeks, I believe. And then I will be getting back into some games that I already am currently playing, like Overwatch. I ain't got to get back into that. I still play that shit like pretty often. I'm excited for whatever the Overwatch has coming for 2022. If they want to go ahead and push out Overwatch 2, I would greatly appreciate it. I know Blizzard is going through they like huge scandal right now with all the bullshit happening between Blizzard and Activision and those nasty ass evil ass people at the top of the chain that are oppressing all of the the developers and creators underneath them. Like, I don't support what's going on with Blizzard and Activision and all the sexual harassment claims and all that shit like that, but I'm still an Overwatch like fan, and I'm ready for Overwatch 2. I know they're gonna give us plenty of new skins, and plenty of events in Overwatch 1 or whatever, but I'm excited for whatever they got coming as far as Overwatch brand is concerned in 2022. Same thing with Apex Legends. I know they're getting ready to give us a new season of Apex and a new, battle pass. I don't ever pay for battle passes, but I like playing the free battle pass, seeing how high I can get before I decide to just turn this shit off and be like, you know what? Yeah, that's as far as I'm going to make it on this battle pass. Catch y'all next season. But I'm excited to continue to get back into Apex. I took some time off and I've been playing it a lot more recently. I found some people that I feel like are going to be consistent as far as playing with me, so I could do more battle royales. I'm more of an arenas guy at this point in time, because solo queuing into battle royales and dealing with the fucking weirdos that get on here, these randoms that want to curse you out just because you're not playing how they want to play and shit, and I don't want to hear all that. Like, I like playing the Battle Royale feature where I have people that want to play with me and that, are going to play the game and not bitch every time we lose. You're going to lose that shit. You telling me you're dropping into a zone. It's 30 teams, 3 teams apiece, or is it 20 teams? It's between 20 and 30 teams, 3 people apiece per team. You expect to win every time? Like, chill out. But yeah, I'm ready to see what legend they introduce next, how they change these maps up, if we're going to get a new map, what they're going to do with arenas moving forward. Like, they already teasing some upcoming ideas for arenas as well as the next character. But for the sake of not giving out false information via leaks and shit, I'm going to leave that alone for now. But excited for, Apex Legend and getting back into that. Still playing Marvel's Avengers. The next character is supposed to be She-Hulk. Not necessarily excited about that, just because I feel like they could put other characters in there that I'm more interested in to play, and I don't understand why they go on with She-Hulk. But then at the same time, the She-Hulk series on Disney Plus via Marvel is supposed to be premiering in 2022 as well. So Marvel and their games, they tend to cross promote, and they tend to, stay on the same path as a whole. So when, Disney Plus and Marvel decide that they're ready for the She-Hulk series to come out, I'm pretty sure that's when Marvel's Avengers is going to throw that character into the game and tell us to have fun with her. Like I said, not necessarily interested, but I'm going to still play. I'm looking forward to some other characters though. And then Pokemon Unite over on the Nintendo Switch as well. I play that pretty frequently. I'm still trying to unlock all of the Pokemon they have in the game currently, but they are another game that adds Pokemon to the roster or characters to the roster as it goes. So I'm interested to see what Pokemon they add next, what Pokemon they're going to try to entice me to buy, but I'm not going to buy. I'm just going to grind the game out and build up the necessary in-game credits to unlock it myself without spending any real money. But it's a fun game. It's a MOBA. Never thought I'd be into MOBAs this much, but Pokemon Unite has got me, and I'm excited to see what 2022 looks like for that game as well. And then I told myself I would also get back into Rogue Company and Genshin Impact. Rogue Company is more along the lines of Apex. Genshin Impact is more along the lines of, I don't know, I can't really, like Final Fantasy 14, but not really. I don't know. But they're two very dope games. I started them, and, because other games had came out, and because, these battle royales and multiplayer games take up a lot of my gaming time, especially when I got my friends online and we play together, I have begun to neglect them. I could be playing Rogue Company with my friends, but not a lot of people play Rogue Company. Rogue Company is a good game, and they just introduced a new character and a new map, and I seen that shit on YouTube. I was like, oh yeah, I need to get back into that game. Like, this map looks good, the new character and that skill set looks fire. So 2022, I'm back on my Rogue Company shit, as well as Genshin Impact. They've continuously dropped characters. I don't know what's coming next. I don't know how far I need to get in the storyline. Oh yes, Genshin Impact kind of reminds me of Breath of the Wild. I can give it that. But yeah, I'm gonna get back into it for 2022. But moving away from games, last on my list is music. I'm a music head. Y'all know I've done a few reviews over the podcast. That is going to be gearing up more in 2022. I really enjoy reviewing people's music just because I appreciate music so much. And I like how creative I can get with the episodes, including some of the music from the projects. And I have an idea for how I want to do music episodes and things outside of the Blerdcast, but are still underneath the Talk and Play brand that I'm trying to build out. But more on that in the future when I decide to get it going. But as far as music, I'm looking forward to Travis Scott's Utopia album. I know he's dealing with the legal ramifications and all that shit of the Astroworld Fest and that unfortunate event. RIP to those 8, 9, 10 people that passed away because of the unfortunate events that took place there. But I still want the music. He put out 2 singles last year, like right before the Astroworld Fest, Mafia and Escape Plan. I fuck with those tracks. Still listen to him. I like his contributions to other artists that he's been, collaborating with in 2021, like Drake and Young Thug. He had a feature on Young Thug's album. He had some features on Don Toliver's project, which was really, really good. I think I need to do a Don Toliver review for that latest project, because I keep finding myself revisiting that fucking album on my playlist and still jamming those songs like I just heard it for the first time. But definitely looking forward to new music from Travis. Also looking forward to new music from Nicki Minaj. That's the queen. I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. Can't tell me nothing about that lady. She a rap bitches under the under the table. That's a rapper right there. Whether you agree or not, based on the content of her lyrics and how she chooses to present herself, if you really pay attention to her music, really pay attention to her bars, that woman can really spit top tier level bars, wordplay, flow. Nicki Minaj is the GOAT, definitely the queen of rap. Looking forward to a new project from her. She re-released Beam Me Up Scotty, her classic mixtape, onto streaming services last year. It came with 3 brand new tracks to accompany the project. Those are dope. Seeing Green was a moment in time for hip hop. It's been a while since we got Drake, Nicki, and Wayne on a track together, just spitting, no dances, no TikTok dances involved, just giving us straight bars and flow and wordplay. And she also had some solid features over 2021. So I'm looking forward to a full body of work, a brand new body of work. The Queen album is still good. They're still some tracks on there that you could play today and it should be lit. But I want some all new, brand new Nicki Minaj. Same thing with SZA. Want an all new, brand new album from SZA in 2022. Like, she had a phenomenal year for me in 2021. Not necessarily because of the amount of content that she put out music wise, because she didn't put out a lot of music, but everything musically that she did put out, that shit was phenomenally hit. And speaking of hit, Hit Different was one of those ones that hit. Good Days was a good track from SZA. That shit is beautiful. It's still a good song. Her collaboration with Doja Cat, Kiss Me More, was fire. That shit is still being played heavily, like Grammy nominated for it at this point. And then she put I Hate You on streaming services. It originally was just a SoundCloud record that she just put out for the fans, just to let the fans know I'm working on music and shit, and this is where I'm at in my life. But the fans was like, nah, we need this. And the label was like, they need that. So they put some money behind it. They put it on streaming services. They getting it airplay on the radio now. We just got part 1 of the music video for it. It stars Lakeith Stanfield, who I mentioned earlier as a supporting actor in the motherfucking Atlanta TV show, you know, Donald Glover's thing. So I'm excited to see what SZA does in 2022. Definitely, she did say that album would be in 2022. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see how the I Hate You storyline continues to play out. I'm just really, really looking forward to new music from SZA in 2022. Also, I have Beyonce on the list because it's fucking Beyonce, bro. Like, that woman makes incredible music, visuals incredible. Her performances are incredible. Like, Beyonce is a legendary top tier artist. Whether you agree with it or not, that's my take on Beyonce. I'm definitely looking forward to new music from her. Black is King, you can still play that. Still got some fire songs on there. Black is King on Disney Plus is a beautiful retelling, reimagining of the Lion King storyline through Beyonce's eyes and ears and musicality. Really, really fuck with that. Homecoming is still a phenomenal concert documentary. Like, we just need some new music from Beyonce. After we saw what she could do for Megan Thee Stallion in the Savage remix or whatever, we like, all right, B, shit, if you were in the studio, then put an album out then. That's how you really feel. Like, give us the tunes. Like, I'm cool with Ivy Park, and, you know, I still haven't been able to catch the drop in time enough to purchase what I want from it. But, you know, if you're working on some music, we need that. Same thing from you, Kendrick Lamar. That's also who I'm looking forward to in 2022 music-wise. Kendrick Lamar. Where the fuck you been at? Well, he popped up on Baby Keem's latest project. Baby Keem is his artist, and that is also his blood cousin. So not blood as in gangs, because no, I mean like auntie, uncle had this baby, and that's my cousin. But we seen, you know, 2 feature verses on that project, but we still have not gotten any like original Kendrick Lamar music or anything like that. He's been quiet on the features outside of what I just mentioned with Baby Keem. And I don't know, we need dog. Like, Kendrick Lamar is one of my favorite rappers, and I just miss his presence in music. I miss hearing those bars that's going to make me think, and those bars that's going to make me think while I'm turning up. Like, Kendrick does that pretty well. He'll give you a record that you could turn up to, but it still got deep meaning to it. And I just miss dog, bro. I miss Kendrick's, you know, contribution to hip hop. So I'm looking forward to whatever Punch said he got in the vault ready to go as far as the Kendrick Lamar project is concerned for 2022. But that wraps up my list of things and those 4 categories of entertainment that I'm looking forward to in 2022. I don't want to continue to talk your ear off, so I'm going to just cut things here and make sure I remind y'all to follow me on social so you can keep up with the Talk and Play Blurredcast. I am at BRIAN SAPPH. That is Brian Saff on Instagram and Twitter. Don't really fuck with Facebook like that, so y'all can skip that. But yeah, hit me up on social media. Make sure you're following so that you'll get updates on the Talk and Play Blurredcast, anything else that I'm doing. And also, like I said, go ahead and drop some ratings on the podcast if you feel inclined to. Don't have to, but just want to see how y'all feel about things. Hit me up in the comment sections whenever I post about the episodes, whatever. Talk to me about it. Like, I'm always open and, cool with conversation, even from the disgruntled fanboys of the blurred and nerd and geek community. But yeah, I catch you on the next Blurredcast.